What time is it to talk about? It's time to talk about some Soul Eater, but it's not that Soul Eater, it's Soul Eater, not the sequel slash prequel to Soul Eater. It's somewhere in between, maybe like the first 2 to 3 episodes of Soul Eater. So yeah, this it's very weird to see where it is. So this one takes place like midway through Soul Eater, and it's about Sugumi, who's a weapon, and decides to go to Death Academy just merely because she transformed into a weapon one day. She's like, "Oh, I need to learn how to master this power." And to be honest, with the whole episode, like Sugumi, she showed from her character that she's a bit shy. She just wants to make friends. She wants to get boy. All the traditional tropes and shit that most people want to do in a series. And it was nice that we saw, a little Maka cameo. I think like the best cameo we saw throughout this whole like 20 minutes was probably Black Star and Tsubaki's awesome character. Because Black Star literally just punches the fuck out of some punk and saying, "I'm gonna kill you," like that. One thing that I really did like about the series as well, that it had very good music and animation was good. This is done by the original team who did Soul Eater. But then when I was thinking of this, as we were seeing like the new characters, Sugumi, Meme, I think her name was, Tatane, and also as well Anya, it made me wonder, like, comparing these characters, which I really shouldn't, but it's like, it is technically a sequel slash prequel to, like, Soul Eater, and it's like, comparing them to the other characters, what we have, if we're comparing them, Death the Kid, Soul, Maka, Tsubaki, Liz, Patty, all them, this series really, like, the characters from the first episode, I'm saying this from the first episode perspective, was pretty weak. I didn't really get any attachment to the characters already. I didn't really, say like, "Oh, this, I really like this bit." One bit I definitely would like, really liked about this episode is when Tsugumi went to go and protect Meme from these scum ass bastards, and they were like, "Oh, this is all people who are Western meisters and weapons," and so they went over to talk to him, and she went over to save them because she thought, "Oh, this is what Maka would do," since Maka went up there and gave her support when she first out there. And I like that when you saw she finally got the courage to actually turn into a weapon, and her weapon is a halberd, which looked pretty fucking sick. One thing is, like, yeah, I said earlier that the animation and also the fight scenes in this episode were very good. It reminded me of, like, the first episode of Solia that looks absolutely completely sick when Maka is fighting that one Kishin. It looks completely badass when he's fighting that one soul. When Maka is fighting that one demon in the first episode, that looked absolutely sick. And that sort of reminded me of sort of that bit, especially when Maka was just showing off how a Meister was working. And then also as well, when Anya and Sugumi teamed up to turn into the halberd, I thought that was really cool. And it's like, it looked really good. And the episode ended seems like both Anya and Meme are Meisters, and Sugumi asked them to be Meme's partner, but then also as well, Anya wants to be it. It's like, Anya's there, Sundere, she's like, "Oh, you commoners, you scum," and then Meme's just there, she's the big boobed, dumbass of the series like that, and Sugumi is just, flat chested and just doesn't give a fuck. So I'm guessing from what the series is going for, is that she's gonna have this internal struggle since both of these two are gonna be her friends to say like, "I don't know which one of you is gonna be my Meister, who's gonna be, I'm teaming up with." So I'm guessing that's what the series is going to be all about, whilst having cameos of other series. When I look at this and I look at the animation and what they put all into this series, it's like, just do Soul Eater again. Like, what is the point of Soul Eater? No, it's like, cool, yeah, like, you should have done like an OVA of this. Like, do an OVA of Soul Eater not. That would have been fine out of like the first episode. That would have been cool. But it's like, to put a whole series into it, and I heard that the manga herself, the one who also does Soul Eater, said that she's ending it at the same time as the anime, so they both have a legit ending, which is cool because Soul Eater never had that. And it's like, you should have put all this money and stuff into it, because they got the original cast back as well. That this is another notable thing about it, is that they got the original cast from Soul Eater back to do this, and I really appreciate that they did that, because it shows a lot more to the fan favorite. Although I listened to Soul Eater back in the day in the dub, this is my first time hearing the characters that I love, like like Maka, Black Star, Sugumi, all of them in sub, and I've got to say, I do like their sub voices. I think they look pretty freaking awesome. But it's like, just have like Soul Eater Brotherhood, Soul Eater Brother, remake it, and this time have the legit ending. What I'm hoping is at the end of the episode, once this series ends, they're going to announce that they're going to do a Soul Eater series like after this. This is what I'm hoping that they do, but it's very small possibility, and it depends. Like, maybe they're doing this anime to see whether or not it does well or not, to see, yo, maybe we want some more Soul Eaters. I mean, it's re-aired multiple times. It's like, just bring it back, but for a first episode, it had some really awesome moments to it. It had great animation, great music. Opening and ending are very good. I like them as well. The characters were a bit weak on personal side, and the first episode didn't really make me care too much of what's going to happen in the plot. So I'd say this is like a 6.5, really. In the most part, it was enjoyable, but it does have this problem. But let me know what you think. I'll solely or not down in the conversations down below. But that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. As always, remember, I'll see you guys